This is part 2 of Mediumship Mechanics. If you haven't watched part 1, go watch it now. I have it tagged in the description. So let's bring up the learning aid one moment. So in the last video, we were talking about the fact that this diagram represents what's going on during a mediumship reading for the majority of the reading. Here again, we have blue representing the medium, green representing the client or the sitter, which is the terminology in mediumship. And then here we have the loved one in spirit, also known as the contact or the communicator. And so the yellow represents the energy going on between everyone in the reading. So like I said, we have energy going on between the client and the medium and the communicator and the medium. And we also have the communicator in spirit communicating to their loved one, the client, during the reading. So, why does it get confusing like I left off at the end of episode 1? Again, if you haven't seen that, go watch it. It's because as this loved one in spirit sends energy of healing and love to their loved one, our client, the living loved one, the client is going to get memories. They're going to have flashbacks. We're also telling them memories that the spirit is giving us. They are going to remember things from the life that they lived with their loved one. For instance, say this is a woman whose mother passed that was very abusive to her. And in spirit, this loved one in spirit is giving a lot of healing and a lot of love. But the client is remembering that abuse. And even though they're receiving the healing and the I'm sorries and the apologies, they are still remembering the abuse. That energy is going to go to the medium, and the medium is going to feel that abuse. If you, as a medium, as a professional medium, do not understand how to tell the difference between what is the client and what is the spirit communicator, then you should not be working publicly. Because if you feel abuse and you think that's coming from spirit and you say to your client, your mom is still abusive, that reading is going to shut down. And you want to know what's going to happen? You're going to get disconnected. And you're going to start to panic and you're going to start to sort of try to come up with information, and then your ego is going to get involved because of the information that you have already received. And let's discuss why that's bad. 1 second. That's bad because you're going to create a story that doesn't exist. You're going to be like, oh yeah, she's abusive in spirit and she's in a bad place because we want to punish bad people because we've been punished and we want people who've been hurting us to be punished too. And you're going to create a story that doesn't exist, and that loved one's going to be hurt and they're not going to receive healing. And that's not okay.